news.
Sierra Leone authorities said Monday that 20 people were killed and nearly 2,000 prisoners escaped during Sunday's attack on the capital.
To sport.
What a fairy tale story here. There they are, the champions of Africa.
In entertainment and simple tourism with plenty other issues.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride through the day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
Every weekday on Slick Television, channel 37 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tune in and stay informed like never before.
The Today Show, only on Slick Television.
Mostly they say home na outside the heart stay. But sometimes when the heart's the left being, it not can sweet. It's really the manner in which we things can turn out. Most often, the word where we not can soya with inside dictionary for deport people them, we don't get to now as a country. As a family, when you're directly affected, it not go sweet you considering the kind of money we could don't spend for the person left here, so just for go fend in 2 and 4. It did beyond that day, just the money we don't spend. What about the life for the person that used to? It come like country where feel like I go find green a pasture, but then send me home and what I can't, maybe not much is been in store for me. Or I don't even know side for one or waiting for do. Or like I say, you come on at the fire, now the pot, you go inside the fire. Which you the one part for go find maybe you 2 and 4, you green a pasture. When you come again home, it's either worse or just the same thing. Hello and welcome to the Today Show here on Slick Television on channel 37. You can also join us on Facebook at Slick TV, website at slicktv.com, and follow us on all our social media handles. Rabiatu Mansaye here. What we quote for today read. We quote for today read say every return is a change to rebuild. Reintegration is not just about coming back, but moving forward together. Every return is a chance to rebuild. Reintegration is not just about coming back, but moving forward together. The most painful thing about life, now we get stuck in one place, you need to go outside. You run your soul for go find you A, B, and C. You come back again at X, Y, Z, you come meet up. When those people come back, what's in store for them? How society they accept them? This and more in store for you here with today's show. See you after the break.
With a promo code and get a welcome bonus. OneXBet.
Kotoku, now the easiest way for customer for pay merchant direct from the Orange Money wallet. It's fast, safe, and no need physical money at all. Whether not for shopping, for buy food, or for pay for service them. Just pay direct to the merchant in Kotoku wallet and avoid all the stress. It's easy. Just dial #144 *42#. Enter the receiver in mobile number. Enter the amount you want to pay and enter your secret code. After that, you go receive confirmation message. We go show say the transaction don't go through. But not all that normal. You can also scan and pay merchant through the Maxit app. Open the Maxit app. Select Orange Money. Select scan and pay. Scan the merchant in QR code. The merchant number go pop up. Enter the amount you want to pay. Enter your secret code. Then you go get message. We go show say the transaction don't go through. Kotoku, na orange money na im give am power.
With a promo code and get a welcome bonus. OneXBet.
Kotoku na the easiest way for customer for pay merchant direct from an orange money wallet. E fast, safe, and no need physical money at all. Whether na for shopping, for buy food, or for pay for service them. Just pay direct to the merchant in Kotoku wallet and avoid all the stress. E easy. Just dial #144 *42#. Enter the receiver a mobile number. Enter the amount you want to pay and enter your secret code. After that, you go receive confirmation message wey go show say the transaction don go through. But not all that normal, you can also scan and pay merchant through the Maxit app. Open the Maxit app, select orange money, select scan and pay. Scan the merchant in QR code. The merchant number go pop up. Enter the amount you want to pay. Enter your secret code. Then you go get message wey go show say the transaction don go through. Kotoku na orange money na im give am power.
Past 2 years, the word deportation don't sound or the ring bell na most Sierra Leonean ears. Even if small pikin they pass now and you ask it could tell you waiting that mean. That is not something we used for the year way before now. We don't see say even starting from the United States of America, then they send back Sierra Leoneans then in country say, pack your bundles and come back. But the shocking part of this whole thing now that even with sister countries them inside Africa, they ask some of we company them for come back. Let us take Mauritania, Senegal, and even we neighbor Obayaso, Guinea. They ask we companies, they come back. And mostly these people, they say, then they go for go find in greener pasture. But 1 or 2 reasons, then people they say, you're not welcome, you have to come back home. And the saddest part about all of this that secure authorities are more or less telling us now that by December, we will expect about 2,000 Sierra Leoneans them for come back to the country. But let us go back to the 12th of September, where the head of transnational organized crime unit, CSP Musa Kuba Aliu, they tell me more inside the police press conference.
From February this year to September, we don't get 41 Sierra Leoneans deported from USA, that is United States of America. Now Salon brothers and now Salon sisters. But the procedure is American Embassy, anytime they can inform we whether they come. So we get with partners, we get with representing the airport. They can escort them to we profile them. We just left them loose. Just like any suspect, somebody they can sign for her. They're not too suspect too. But that person we in be done there. You know most of the way they don't get address. They say I don't go now all time. These are no who's and family they did. So any reputable somebody can sign for them. If that person misconduct himself again, now that person will contact. So for now we get 41. The names are there, but now they disclose their names for stigmatization. So if File will left Salon, we for Lex Salon, the record will get from now to December. The party get for part 2,000 Sierra Leoneans. So not say, but I do that, I go America. Okay, America not turn like Trado.
From the authority, there is America not turn like a trade. But we're not going to get this conversation if we not talk to the authorities, and thus we get with we Abdul Karim Will from the Office of National Security. And hopefully we go be joined by Mulku Bangura, somebody where they into business and also he understands some of the traveling techniques, because most times some of these claims people make now that, oh, they left me halfway and all. And the body self in charge, Mel Rose and Kaminti, the Minister of Social Welfare. I mean, their roles they are playing all together. We go come analyze that issue. But now, Mr. Will is here. Good afternoon and welcome to today's show.
Good afternoon, Rabio. Good afternoon, viewers and listeners. Thank you for getting me.
All right, it's a pleasure having you on board. You know, wake up at this. We work for Rob Motparam. So this is the thing: the alarming deportation of Sierra Leoneans. I mean, around the world. I mentioned earlier on, say, even the sister they now safe, they dreb we. I mean, how much this like concerns the security sector? Let's start from there.
So now we situate the conversation well. That deportations across the world don't become alarming. Not only for Sierra Leone, not the case for neighboring countries. There have been situations where they put 1,000 or more people on a chartered flight and bring them to neighboring countries. Well, deportation says the right of every country for determining whether for stay or whether not for stay in a country. And most often the countries where they deport, they claim say either them people and they ask for letting go back, compel them for go back to the original countries of birth, then they in breach of the laws, either by involving in activities we prohibited by law and caught up with the law and that kind of a thing, or they actually overstay their visit. So I'm thinking people and they go say we want for can stay to owner for 1 year and give visa for 3 years, and the expectation say upon the expiration of that period, in fact, there are technicalities. They will give 3-year visa, for example, for go to the United States of America. And they don't expect say where you go one day before the day for the whole of the 3 years. You can go there for a few months, you come back if you want. Within 3 years, that's what I mean. Within 3 years period, you can visit Ghana, US, and go back to your country within that period. So the returning of people into countries of an birth, in different categories. We get one when a voluntary repatriation, we get another one when a deportation, forceful removal. But whatever the case, it involves the movement of a citizen from one country
back to
another. Yes. Waiting me go actually delve in a little now with involvement as a sector in that process.
Yes, because I'll be actually the candy. And I want to come down small to the latest one we happened to sister country in Ayaso, where about 56 people and when you ask the ordinary Sierra Leonean, they go tell you say, well, those people were sent back home because of their involvement, in drugs, la puta, the way they keep puta. And we see Una as a body, they ensure they walk in that light. So let's start for clarify that particular side of us, the exact reason as to why Guinea been send this latest 56 people and say, una come back now, una us and all.
So that also states situations tell them on the whole say don't arrest foreign nationals and deport them out of the country.
Who's them?
Boku them. People involved in Q-net activities. We arrest sometime they will be arresting Waterloo. Huge number of people will be in a house. Some of them are Guineans, some of them are Ivorians, some of them are Liberians. We process them and return them back to the country. We arrest also Makini. Several parts.
Which country then come also?
Most of them are either from Liberia or Guinea or even the Gambia. But most of them are victims of human trafficking. Somebody say, we therefore make you travel, go abroad, but before you go, we want to make you learn some skills. And we will support you for letting you move over to Salon, who said the center day, and that kind of thing. But what in the end up for me, are just people who have for trick other people, take money in their hand, and that kind of thing. In fact, sometimes in this way in a Kabbalah, Then count people them get stranded. They begin for stage pictures of say then they harass me for give money before before they release me and that kind of thing. We been find out say yes, even though are foreign nationals, but they not been there under anybody in coercion. Rather they be have to take money from their families back home and make say somebody don't hold them and they demand say if you not send this money we not go left this person, we go do and this kind of thing and so on and so forth. But most of this one what they talk about involve the activities of rogue elements.
What you mean by that?
People where they trick other people, say one, then they provide for them jobs abroad, or then they facilitate for let them travel, go overseas. Most often taking advantage of the idea where some people don't form, say now when you go overseas no more, now they make them up, now you go into heaven in terms of
but not so true? That's not so true?
Not always the case, because it's not rosy all of the time abroad. Every country, getting challenges, and in fact, overseas, especially in Western countries, they get program for people away did it, and they only will get program for people away go through the system legally for entering the country. If you go the otherwise, there is no program for you are on your own. It's difficult for you to get access to job. It's difficult for you to get access to the amenities, and besides, if you're caught up with the law, then you are on your own. You go face them kind of situations. So whilst the issue relating to Guinea,
yes, okay,
they claim say now their own reason where they project say some of the people that when they find out say that people don't get normal addresses, and people in Ashanti communities and so on and so forth, and they into A, B, and C we don't not satisfied with, and in fact at some point they say they were going closer for the most recent one. They get closer to the conduct of the referendum, and they know our citizens and non-citizens for participating in that referendum, and therefore they bring them people and they, of course, like you say, we work alongside with them, we profile them people and they, and we see them because now we national secretary state say that the right of every country to determine whether for stay or not for stay in their country. But even when you come to a person country, even if you can't legally, lawfully, and what have you also get for abide by the rules and regulations. And that process it will be determined solely by you, the person. We don't travel and the other person country. Say we go to Rome, you do as the Romans and do.
All right. So quick one, Abdul. Before we can to I don't take the data and all. What I stop and what's next can be on than the. No, firstly understand in times of Guinea, their own side. Firstly, not the very first time it all happened. About 210. In fact, the first one in being war safe. We then we comping them. Look inside this kind of a truck, like we take some kind. Banga bag, you flinger inside some side. And that's you go say the second one, it look get small respect force. So now most starts by clarifying that part. The most Sierra Leoneans made for belief say not so because they pass around or because they not get they don't get address or because then they whatsoever, but they say it's somehow associated with drug-related activity. So from our findings, don't clarify that here the force if that is the case so far, because most people are made to believe say since this whole drug thing we don't tend for the plaster now, don't they make we get this recurrence of this deportation. In fact, small pickings if you ask right now the meaning of deportation, it go tell you, and at time it wasn't like that.
So like I say, we get for differentiate between deportations and repatriation. Deportation is a formal process. You where they host the person, we know one for lady in a country, they contact the other person, we na a citizen. Or say we get XY number of people in our country, we think say they don't overstay, for example, or they in breach of the laws, or the people who don't want, but they don't. That one day, then process and they bilateral between the two countries. Some other 10 day where people are waiting to go overseas. Overseas can mean from here to Nigeria, Guinea, or even the temple runners. And go waiting them in, tell them at the initial point before they depart the shores of Sierra Leone. So they go for long, we go to Italy or they go to Senegal for go get this kind of job they did. Then go, they actually now see the reality, say, then people and they will actually carry go and just trick them. Because don't forget, say, they know they do it for nothing. They take money in their hands, they pay this money, where you go and they pay you this kind of thing, or so. You know, so when they kind of see the reality, then they go and now reach out to IOM, the International Organization for Migration. Now a sub unit within the United Nations system, where they in charge of repatriating people and we find themselves into difficult situations. So then I can approach the IOM office or anybody when there's a be around. Say we don't come there, we are stranded, we not get team for it, we in difficulties. We no want to go any further from here. Rather want to go back home because we don't find out say then people that we been bring we come and lie the life or even they try for contact and now the lines are dead and all of that kind of thing. So then one and day IOM wouldn't get them kind of notification then they bring them come and put them into camps and arrange with the host countries authorities for bringing them come back for receive them. Now either the airport, something it can be to the airport or something it can be via land to Balamoya, the customs point between Sierra Leone and Guinea. So when they want to come, we own involvement under the auspices of the Transnational Organized Crime Unit. Now a subcommittee of the security sector is in fact now one of the specialized committees of the National Security Council, under the National Security Council, where they in charge of issues relating to transnational organized crime unit, transnational organized criminality. So we now they come join the other agencies in government for see that we follow through on them people had a history when he left Salone, Usa Igo, and waiting in address a Salone. Usa he been come out before he go. So they do profiling. Because the reason why they do that profiling there, when somebody don't move out of the shores of Sierra Leone, they don't go some side only for 2-3 months or 1 year as the case may be, you don't know which orientation he don't get. Yes. Especially so in this particular case, most of them they live within the Sahel region, Algeria, Morocco, and so on and so forth. So we profile them and follow through on them. So when they come, most of them one and they, especially within the West African sub-region, they get back home same. In fact, people who don't go, don't take 1 year safe. So in a month. So they at most 1 year. So in 2 years, so at most 2 years. Yes, as a case maybe. And so when they come, they know the people outside they've been come out, and so they give their address and they, and when they come, so thinking the people in the actual they can't take them. They sign for them, and if we find out say they don't get any criminal thing behind them and that kind of thing, they come voluntarily and on account of a difficulty they don't encounter, we just say let them go. But the IOM, the International Organization for Migration, for the category of people in there where they voluntarily repatriate from either Africa or the Middle East, Lebanon, Kuwait, Oman, as a case may be, then get some package for them for resettle them back in the community. Because I be thinking say when the people let me go, a lot don't happen. We not find for them, and so they need some small incentive for start back and go to normal life. That's now the thing that we get for do it.
So on monitor all them processes there we explain
Yes.
Because I read a post earlier where talk say the Mauritania 88 people were encountered. I think it's about 100 leons, 100,000. There was nothing like NLE on it. 100 leons given to them. So they make they monitor all of them process then.
So they get different categories. If now IOM facilitated repatriation, where means say you go through the IOM system. IOM they put in a camp. Now you voluntarily want for repatriate and so on and so forth. Then IOM fly you come as alone. They get a package them apart from the internal transport really they give. Because don't forget say all will they count them after the profiling. We not go put in a one group, na one camp. If somebody come out na Bo for example, but na Lungi na the plane can drop am. If they get and transport for let you go back na Bo. Now they call internal transportation. If you qualify for get that package, it not go be automatic. You go for come out na Bo and come do the process for let you get that package away IOM for gear.
Okay.
But again, some situations they where the people don't go through any IOM process. They just go through the embassies of the country who
Of the
say
country.
they want to go back and say we want to go. So the embassy, something they will take onus for provide for work with the IOM for bringing them. But this time now, not to an IOM process you go through all through and through. We tell you we go just do that for take care of the flight and bring and come. So when they reach now the point to say they read, depending on the community to say they go, they will give you an internal transport return. Now then kind of situation they go down obtain for the one that we come out now Mauritania. Maybe they not go through the IOM process and therefore they not qualify for that kind of thing there, and so on and so forth. But we notice something.
Question on notice.
We notice say it they become a pattern who say people the way they don't go last year, they don't come back and benefit from an IOM process. Then you go back this year and want to come back within the same year and benefit again from the process. So what we do now for low we find way for stop them. We call it reintegration shopping. Because this person thinks say, why I come, they will give me 10,000 euros, for example. When he come, they use that 10,000 euros there, they go back and travel, go on the other side, other neighboring country. Imagine no more. In the all of the perils we involved, they go back to the neighboring country, they go surface now an IOM office and say, hey, me, I mean, a stranded migrant, I have to go back to salon. So what we do now for do Skype interviews of them people and we actually now match the faces with the previous other people who we don't receive.
So in other words, they not get, person not get second chance. I understand the other side where they say, like some people they do are now more or less like a money making machine system. Say I don't get free scapegoat, I use this for do, tell one for do. So let us say now, me Rabia I don't do I don't go one. Let's say I use the odd way I go, and this time around I actually stranded, and I'm depending on you since we not the push from what you don't explain so far. I mean, what's in my case altogether, or how best I go not going to help me in that light if I use that particular roadmap today.
Say for example, I understand the scenario. If I understand that well, you don't go first, you get stranded, and then you come. Passing through IOM system, you meet the threshold, they give you a package. For let you come back with the mindset now say, now be a dangerous journey venture you take. You don't get any benefit out of it. So they expect you now say, if now skills you have for go land, they support you with some cash for let you do the skills and then. If you go use that money, they for go back. Say for example, this trip now Guinea have been go, but this trip now they go to Libya. They will get stranded. If you find out so you know a second timer, you don't go benefit from that package for the second time. Then go bring you come and just give you internal transport for let you go na Kailan, for example, Usai Komot or Makeni or Moyamba, Usai Komot. But they don't give you a second kind of a package. Because it's unfair most often because it raise the figures, it make it become alarming ordinarily. Now so people will think say.
Mr. Ali, you say by December for expect 2,000.
So we go to that one day. After I don't explain this one, we get for do with them migrant workers. Where they go now neighboring countries, where they go now the Middle East and so on and so forth, get stranded, go to IOM repatriate them. We also get situation we say people them. Where we don't go at the United States, na UK, na Germany, Australia, Canada, etc., as visitors, non-immigrants. We mean to you just go for some time, turn back. If you not turn back and the country feels say they against the laws and they want for get you back out of the country, is solely dependent on the country their own system. And the easy way make the head of transnational organized crime can say America no let turn electorally. It means say the measures we don't be put in place for ensure say if you go, you know overstay your visa. The one the way it be look like say it lacks strategy, it don't become more stringent. In fact, if you assure say the follow up that to the extent that they send federal officers for the United States for check on people and that kind of thing. Before now, not to be the case. They could just do random check. They can't know and they see Mr. Will see you the passport, will see you document and that kind. If they find out say are they in default, from there and then again.
Okay, let's just holiday quickly, Abdul. I mean, they say he who feels it knows it. People are able to share the story with us. Let us quickly get them and we will come back.
Friendly woman, I enforce go Turkey. So but that my friend during the election term, they began issue with them political issue. So we fed for a gota, a same caller from Guinea. So we go now say this is say no camp, no country. Say me this on term. I said me like my military. It force me to so I sell property then go. Pass through Guinea, go Turkey. I will work on Turkey for about 8 months, 8 to 9 months. So maybe don't get small thing now. Because we big, if you get body, so we free as you know. So you know get mine for go through that balloon from Turkey for go inside Greece. So you know get that mind there. So me in that my friend we decide to pay. But now they don't be that first trip we for travel go. In first go because we reach they get that UN number. We before now they go there they run the program for now they give that number they when I don't cross go over Greece now they call that number they so now the UN people now they can't take una and they can't take una they can go now then camp where they get there. So in first go so later the evening I will left but when unfortunately we will go now we meet the Greece patrol team. So their own way. I do about 1 month and some weeks. Then they giving a decision. We do all kinds of things for learn and everything. That's when they send me come. They send me to Salon Embassy, make them and then send me come. When they come for us, can we go? Now be the stadium hostels from the now governments because some of them the way now different nationalities we get Salon passport. How they do? Then all some of them CID can among but CID can scrutinize them. They get ask you question. We have for Musa say Sierra Leone. Who's part of Sierra Leone? Then show me the what call street. Then they say yes, in Sierra Leone. Even the tongue self don't show in Sierra because some people in the way they talk, you don't say this not Sierra Leone. As you hope most you don't say this not Sierra Leone. So government be left to come. About we when I hear Sierra Leone, we be canning telling about we 17 about 18. Most of them don't die. So now frustration. Now we just go spend money on them. I know if other country the boy nothing. Government make any waiting and call. Can we go there? That 2 days they where them bring me can as the party. Where them we can that 2 days they them fill me morning afternoon from that 10 days after that 2 days now. When they can interview me this and that this and that. Who's part today? I say they up Moiba. Who's part I say so I say go. To crime. Like we now that illegal way they say we enter. We not enter through the immigration. Because try even some of the UN people and go they go try for confuse them this and that. Like me so I even lie. Now because I no go and go there all and say like me so I even say we get political issue. Now we they gonna tell we then stuff and you see some man get different. Yeah, me I say I get political issue where these present governments they gonna tell we because we did party A, party B, then stuff then they're not convinced and said we can. Anyway, I don't know, maybe something with structure no there. We structure this country better structure no there. I don't know, maybe something you say you go talk something self now. Government maybe say you talk something now so then implement it. So if me can say when I so me like government this we where they go, like we don't come or they don't come. So the experience the government for fair way for encourage more the cities the way don't go on there so the way get the experience in there. Now like say when I say them we go able for the council people the way we want go or we don't come or we don't we just come like for the use of free for the share we experience for the share their experience and it to them. It not be easy because I lost my job. I lost my job. This Mercury I worked there 10 years. I lost my job and most then property I sell. I get 2 bikes. I sell bike. I sell some domestic things what they use now. Them let me say these are that sell some. So up to now most of them are not able to revive it. What can I mean 2 years this?
This means for me as a Sierra Leoneans, as my brother Sierra Leoneans them, I know they feel good because when out the left salon for go, I know saying I for go find money and can develop salon. I know say most of them are in their intention. So if this kind of thing happen with them, I know they feel good. Because one way or the other, any kind of way them go Australia, they must get family them from back here. So I know say that all that na part of development. So if they can return them back, where some people then some family they don't want Abu Paden, they can return them back. No, you know good. In such situation, the way some man they travel out of determination where it go wrong get. But on the way going, it determine the failure. One na money, two na the connection. Then they lead man to deportation. Because when you go, you know where side for go lodge or another person for take care of you. You see, all only they count deportation. Can't they leave from here and deport you? Now the most important thing na the crime. The number one na the stay. Some man not get legal stay. Some man they stay where you get it don't expire. In visa where you go, in visa the time don't expire. It don't overdue. So if you say you go to the embassy, you need to pay other money. You know, now other charges you pay because of you don't overstay na the country where you go. So some man not can get that money there. They can decide say last stay, la go to also. Government need for accept them now society because now you brother them. Any kind way we look at and now brother them. And if you say they get any bad intention for travel, if somebody where they travel not to possibly bad. Now possibly they go gain knowledge beside the money self. You will go gain knowledge outside. They can't in country. They can't try for implement them. So not so bad people. And also most of them where they cancel, they go don't gain. They go don't go gain a lot of things them. Where I go say some man go one, he go wish if you get the opportunity for make implement a salon. So government need for come to their aid and to help them. Anybody will travel, you know the loss. You must gain something. You must gain. If you not get money, you get the experience. You go learn a lot of things where you in a country, you not learn them.
They say experience is the best teacher. Mr. Will, I get one or two things that I picked out, but how much you agree or disagree with some of those points those people put out there?
To some extent, I agree. To some other extent, I get concerned because it appears like starting from the last point where the last speaker make, that traveling, you know, they go for nothing. If you don't get money, you will get experience, so you can't share and that kind of thing. But from the experiences we the people they don't give, they tell you say some travels are dangerous travels and call them dangerous journeys. A journey they're working so dangerous that they not only cost you property and money. If you not be careful, they even cost you your life.
And life, they can say life safe na risk.
Life, yeah, when a risk, but there's some risk they Rabbi we no reason we possible for venture into. For say I want to do shortcuts, like go down the street yonder. If I go so long, like jump over so, a risky thing. I go for them, you know, but maybe not go do me. Possible say for them, all things will broke by you. So if you find out, some people already make them journey, then they not only they risk their own life, they also even risk the reputation of the country. And strain the relationship between the country of origin with the other country.
So this really one for brings me how much of a concern this beings, especially in the security sector. But quick one on the screen, we talk about some which is on extend. If you watch this they come up from Business Insider Africa, where it sourced the 2025 Human Development Index, which they say well lowest life qualities. I don't know make it right now to the second list. So arguably these people will tell you well we'll go for good with greener pasture. But before we can talk about the security sector, as you mentioned earlier on, you say the connection between the two countries, where this they pose all together. I mean, the gentleman there mentioned one or two things where I feel like we for Rob more small. The first man there say, in fact, when you see them come, they don't care about them. You understand all of those things. And This, however, most people not go say on camera because of one or two reasons, security reasons. But these now some of the complaints that when they make say, now for no one way they bring it. In fact, sometimes these people hear us, nothing is being done. Notwithstanding the fact, say you don't mention, say well, they make sure say when I try IOM self their own contribution all together. But you know, sometimes as a government body, we can paint picture like one for will polish things, but the reality is not as how we paint them.
Well, I'm not going to talk on behalf of the ministries, departments, or agencies who are responsible for welfare issues and that kind of thing. But from your perspective, somebody we don't be given full education. We don't make several efforts, frantic efforts to educate the public against them kind dangerous journalism. The implications where it gets for not only national security but even your own human security. People they see looking down there and plunge into that. Then they lost money, families become shattered, you know, then they damage the country reputation. You hear that man say where they go and say then people then they run after.
They go seek asylum.
Yes, and they go see not just one person. Several other stories they have done each day. We say salon a place where they run after people politically because of a belonging and that kind of thing. Very, very dangerous and very, very much unpatriotic for do that kind of thing to your country because of your own individual gains. But I want to also state, say, from an individual point of view, from your own personal point of view, I think the responsibility of the systems, the authorities are really in charge. Now, for ensure that they receive you and recognize that you are the citizen and not turn you away into the hands of people who go out for you bad and get you back integrated into your community, into your society. Some thinking day, your expectations don't go be met. I tell you, this man he talks say, he sell 2 motorbikes,
yes,
he sell household properties, and several other things. They want if you quantify now into monetary value, it run into millions of leos. Where somebody will get that one in a year, he really pay attention to that thing, it turn gentleman in no time. It becomes somebody we're going for help a lot of. Yes, I know people will get one bike. We begin with one bike, even when they trust them. They for build houses, they for do this and that kind of thing. So for sell all of that one day. The point where I want for make now because let know like serve as motivation. We know say some success stories and day, but they had it in the minute number in terms of percentage. So then case then if you look up, say, hey, look this person, we don't go, we don't do this, we don't do that day. You might not be lucky like him, you might not be lucky like her. Because how they say, the government don't set up systems for facilitate safe travels abroad. The Ministry of Employment and Social Security, Ministry of Employment, Labor and Social Security, get safeguards. First, if you want to deal with a private company where they hire people and for go work abroad, ensure say you verify the status of that company. If they get the requisite license, they meet the requirement, or you actually go to the ministry itself. Because I know of situations where don't send people and now that's and
Mr.
these ones are protected.
You know, Mr. We they talk so one you could say you not sit there representing the ministry, but I want to draw you to something will happen in relation to Malador. We get some traveling whatsoever not so long ago. It took the Ministry of Labor about weeks after where people don't cry. Even when we talk about much education around that, one for coming, but not one for interrupt you sentence, so you be they make. It took them weeks to actually respond to the public, say he not register as possibly arrange for the people in travel. He registers in different business altogether. But today he's into some business where allegedly people then say they fraud them money for me then travel and go overseas. So when you talk just now, that was it altogether. But you mentioned also about the ministry in charge, and this very ministry they are saying it's like then give you the cow, then hold the rope. They gave us this kind of a responsibility, say we roll on to for just go take them people there, so when they come for receive them or whosoever will meet up, we get for cater for the needs again. But we are weak in terms of finance, in terms of XYZ reasons. And first we've been talked to the Minister of Social Welfare, Melrose Kamiti. Ian Patrick Salia, and they get a detailed interview. Let's quickly have it.
And the ministry, they work with different partners because this is a multi-sectorial thing we can do. We work with the Ministry of Internal Affairs and we get immigration. We also work with the police, and we also work with international partners, IOM. So as I say, so many players they involved. Even foreign affairs, because some of the alerts there, now foreign affairs can send even to we for say we they expect this number of either returning migrants or because mostly that's what they can call the returning migrants
instead of
where among them deportees then they and the other one that they win a voluntary we can one come, you know, so now I can just say returning migrants. We also get the one that we then can don't traffic, you know, where some then say one come back voluntarily, and then the other one then that deports them, they deport them. And some of them, the way that they maltreat them, where we don't get horrific stories really about some of the experiences where not really good for Motama. And we don't sadly also lose people then in this cause, but all the way they lost their life. So what can happen
as a result of
the illegal migration? Yeah, the attempts for go and some man, you know, they go the proper way. Sometimes they don't can lie to and say what job they under, and some man don't even spend money. Some man they sell property all based on the stories what they get, because when they can come, go with psychosocial counselors, we can attach them. For let them, you know, let them talk. Because some then they come, the states in which then they know say this need counseling, it needs psychosocial support, and it's very important, you know, because some man the horrific story we can don't get, then they get post-traumatic disorder. Yes, so it make when foreign affairs can send the numbers to we or the alerts, and even IOM can send alerts, we can take us serious. And we can prepare, we staff them where they go Nalunge airport, and sometimes na the Guinea border, any sign no way, then tell we say na through there then they come, we staff them can go so that then begin the process of registering them. And as I say, other players as well, the police can they Toko, you know, all them one and the immigration.
So for now,
Ministry of Health, all them people they are in there.
So far, as at this time of the year, September, we understand that we get close to 1,000 of such returning migrants who are on our database.
Yes, about 938 so far.
About 1,000 of them.
Yes.
Close to.
Yeah.
Okay, so then when they're waiting on a record insofar as the distribution per district.
Well, we get then we come on at the western area, where western urban, western rural, in fact are the largest. We also get from Bombali, we get from Cambia, then we get Bo, Kailaon, then placed and they. But in terms of the numbers, really, the weight of the numbers now, western urban and western rural, and Cambia and Bombali, now they more than come out. So then this year we've been there now Bombali, McKinney to be specific, with the town hall meeting where the Ministry of Information can put together the series where then they run a Salon Big Pass with all. So I've been getting the opportunity for address people then, for tell them about the risk of their illegal migration. That one day where you're not sure of, maybe somebody just can't lie by you, you grab, you go. I tell them.
Most of them they go get stranded now, then continue.
Now then they get stranded. Yes, they are stranded. And you know what they go on even in America right now. So once you not get the proper documentation for work, yanda, or even stay, you could be apprehended. Then they hold you. And when they hold you, then they send you back.
But what of the number one I don't get so far this year? Not from America or from Western countries. Some of them are from, most of them are from African countries.
Well, yes. Now the one that like this one way at the top one in question. Now Mauritania they come out.
How many of them?
Now the numbers swell up 250 something.
Okay.
Yes. So they come even through bus. Now by road they come.
Okay.
Now foreign affairs we even get for lead that process with IOM. So when they come, we go receive them, and we alert Ministry of Health. The minister has been very swift himself. He makes sure say, so we get this health bus. They come on the scene, because it's also very important that when people then they come on their country, then they come, they get health screening, because we all know say the health crisis sometimes it weigh countries down, especially we we're not a small country then they, so it can find out they really do health screening. So they do the health screening. Of course, we social workers then they for interface with them. We can't find out say some they count belly the woman them. Yes, then they count picking them when they then born them. So we serve on social welfare. We can get support from we partners them. We through Caritas they can give we rest. We can able give them, we can give them rest.
One of support?
Yes, we can give them rest, because really on the government side we not get designated funding for that. We don't. So, but IOM with partners themselves can come in, But the thing is, IOM they don't deal with deportees per se. Then at the traffic people that they deal with, and the voluntary. The one that we can returning migrants and voluntary. But you wouldn't deport IOM, not the deal with them. So most times we can come in, which will get, after the screening and
so that the pinch, we not get any standby resources.
No, we not get them. Now, like waiting no more, they come into the ministry, like people that, good people that donate rest, oil, and thing and they. So once they meet up down there, we can give them. We can make an open.
And transnational organized crime unit Toku, they estimate say before the end of this year, for they expect like up to 2,000 of such deportees or returning migrants back into the country. So if they talk say,
no, I will not dispute that. Even though we not get the formal notification yet, like I say, mostly we can get them from either IOM or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They can notify social welfare, because they know so we role crucial first hand for begin this psychosocial support.
So I imagine una not get the standby resources, or una not get the resources at all as a ministry for look after them.
No.
I imagine how the reintegration and support to them category of people that they will be when they return to the country. For una, what it go mean more or less?
Well,
for security, then it go mean say that then kind of people then they go begin mix by one or two in the way they pose security threats to communities.
Well, because we are social welfare actually, we they make the linkages. So for example, the youth man then, we they make sure say we link them with the Ministry of Youth, because say under President Bio in flagship program, a one for create jobs for the youth, but also the capacity building, a critical training. So some they can come with skills, actually they integrate fast than the one that will not get skills. So if you not get skills, now the placement either through the Ministry of Youth or the Ministry of Higher and Technical Education, because now then get a mandate there for able for give training to we use them and so we people them, so that they go able integrate back and get jobs where then go able for manage their life moving forward. But one key thing we are really happy for this government, His Excellency the President, now the fact that we did try for make sure say the human capital development we focus also there on skills development, because the middleman power, this country need them very much. Now in order to make the economy thrive, so for let we make sure that people then do skills with their hand. For example, you want to do masoning, you want for do carpentry, you want for do electrical, then say most times when they get electrical issues, when they get plumbing issues, sometimes for if it gets them people then yes, it's a problem. So increasingly we encourage youths them both in the country and the one the way they come, for let them begin look at them opportunities there.
But some months down the line, a good number of Sierra Leoneans, the Guinean authorities been deport them into Sierra Leone. Dozens of them loaded in trucks, where them be sent back to the country. And bulk of them people and the way them be deported to Sierra Leone, when Sierra Leoneans, not being get that kind level of skills they way for help them survive in society. So how when I for reintegrate them back into the society for let then life go on without causing problems to the society or being problem to the society?
Well, now they have been begin. So what you say now a multi-sectorial approach.
Okay.
So it's not only about the Ministry of Social Welfare. Yes, we have a big role, a critical role to play. That is, for example, for able to identify the other players we go come in and support. So as I say rightly, the Ministry of Youth, especially where youths are involved, they get a big role for play, especially in building the capacity. The same with the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education. Also agriculture. Agriculture don't come in handy because of the feed saloon. And if we go for feed saloon, we youths then get a huge role for play. Me and you know that, Andy. Because we are moving towards mechanized farming. Other than get for land for drive the tractors there. Other than get for, do the work at the farm for like. So, you understand?
So, una prefer within the council for then line partner then they help for switch them people and their attention to agriculture.
Absolutely. Not only agriculture, but other training. Agriculture is one and one big potential.
But don't they happen? Because that are the general observation of people. If you go to certain communities, then we'll tell you, say, this set of people, this part where they pass so, now one part of them people where they pull come Guinea and count months down the line. They roam around. And them threats to the society. Them get the tendency for letting arrest them for loitering, and community go they look them one kind of way.
Well, if that one day happen, then there is a missing link. Because as far as me know, if they're able to make the right linkages, for example, starting with social welfare, we do the counseling and try to profile them. It go easier because we they create the links, we they tell us, we they alert youth, we alert higher and technical education. Say, you see, them people here now this kind of skills they want, because during the counseling, would they able know from the person what you want to do now, so you don't return back home, but not to the end of your life. In fact, now the beginning, because you are still young, there are endless opportunities. So what do you they look at? Sometimes we can guide them, say there is this, there is that, there is that. So once they indicate that, they pretty much like what they do for the youths then where they in drugs. So after the rehabilitation, or even during the counseling when they're at the rehab center, that's the time we get to know. You want to go back to school, some they will drop from college, you want to go back to the college, you want to go back to university. So that's how they profile them. Right now, as I talk to you, some of them know with education where they don't send back to school, some they don't write back for let them go back to college and so. So in the same manner, we can do that for the one that when they return, only if they create the right linkages. And also let the government consider and other partners then consider for capacitate this ministry. Let them put resources in this ministry, because this ministry the role where they play a catalyst role.
And we need start up.
Yes.
At least while on a different way for reintegrate them into the society.
Absolutely.
But right now you don't talk say the ministry remain
seriously
challenged,
under-resourced.
Yes. So how that will happen?
The partners themselves, the development partners, then therefore consider the role of this ministry. This ministry now a catalyst ministry when now in they create linkages, because if the person they in distress, if the person they in what you say now the first port of call, because me and psychosocial for let you get able to get the person in mental health in that framework for let you able believe say I can be somebody. It starts here. And if they start here, we now we they link them after we don't get them in a manageable way to serve, for able to link them now to these various services. But if this ministry is not capacitated for able to handle that, we have a challenge. Okay. Yes, we have a challenge.
Any hope? Any hopes that they will get over this?
Well, it's hopeful, because what to do when we don't begin and so with the rehabilitation of the drug users, the whole country they don't see. Say this na something where we suppose for continue, not only even for drug user, even the one that where they roam about. These are people you can get them for try to understand, especially the youthful population. You know, say this country and a very youthful population. You see that they run BM motorcar, you see that they harass people then for money, this and that. And when you're a young man, you are strong. There is an opportunity for you for learn a skill, for let you able for do something for yourself.
And now for help them, when I not get the resources.
Exactly. So if they consider, you know, for support this ministry really, including government development partners, that pay attention to this ministry for say yes, this ministry can be the springboard. The springboard, for example, then there's the Minister of Internal Affairs. They call me attention, say, we don't pull some people then where they harass people then different parts of the town, in Freetown, Lumley, this and that. They say, we need social welfare for coming. Yes, social welfare can come in with the counseling session, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. But that linkage now, so that means this ministry needs to be supported. They don't already see, say, there's value in what we do. And now we no more go able for get the other ministries and for say, look, we have this set of people here who are interested in agriculture. What provision do you have for them?
What's your box when you're short?
Yeah, these ones want to learn trade. Even the military then gets areas for train young people, you know, interestingly. But this is not out there. And the only way it go they out there now if they work with ministries like the ministry like social welfare, because now we are the first port of call, we go able for support the individual for able for, you know, find in step. Say me I want go here, me I want go here, I want go here, and all that did happen through counseling, psychosocial support services.
The minister, the social welfare man was coming to with Patrick Salia. We don't always sit on say, then they say kitchen they cry cold, waiting bathroom go say. But Mr. Will is here. I see the smile, sorry there. So the thing is, you don't hear the distribution chain when these people then go don't come to the country, you say also they send them. Now don't focus now on the security angle. Now most times what do they even from people they say for some man na carpenter na nets, they won't carpenter work na nets and they do them. Thankfully, it came from the ministers, even some drug people. Them. So look at that. So nothing say amongst many other reasons. Now, some of these people are the contributing factors to the alarming other cases where they get. So now, nothing say that time for them to shift, on a focus a bit in that regard or in that light.
So we know also want to put them at the spotlight for say, the returnees or the deportees involved in criminality. Even though, yes, some of the people where they can deport, the reasons where they can give you why they deport them, it can be related to the involvement in something really outside of the law or the provisions of the law. But the reality is that their offenses and they, even if they don't be punished for them, now they country then they, but no they consider them for be offenses against them when they deport them kind of alone. So what you really do, however, and the fact that whatever the reason, whether they deport you on account of overstaying, we most in the case, or on account of you falling foul of the law and the country deport you, or any other reason for which they deport you, we now they profile you, or they take information about you, the address you say get for good day, and monitor you remotely, just so that so they do remote monitoring. Just so that we don't go pull EI by you and no relapse into maybe that thing we will do under for can be given for do under.
So what not the assurance? Because if the ministry were in charge, social welfare, then already they cry cold, say, well, because of funding or because of money, they're limited in their work. So what more for now? Is it that now the reason we make inside the Ministry of Finance ongoing budget, then they say they want to focus on security angle?
No, the minister is being very honest. I say no designated funding not there for give to people them where they deport or for give to people where they return for give them as handouts. I mean, the ministry enroll now for do psychosocial counseling, reintegrating a society, talk them through the realities, and even tell them about the dangers of them ventures the way they been take for protect them or prevent them from taking such ventures in the future. But funny not for that day. However, they will still do the linkages with people that we get winner humanitarian organizations for providing that support. The IOM, the people that repatriate Canada, the country, we pass through the system, then get package for them for integrated society.
You know, I asked,
but for deportees, they know they deal with deportees.
Right. I asked Stanley more or less, Mr. Way, because we say when you do remote monitoring, how far the sustainability, how far get for go where, well, you need money for one day-to-day affairs. Let's say, for example, you know, say someone thinking now so then they hide their attitude first before they expose her. Let's say now because of the stigma, they don't deport me. God forbid, I don't come, then I hide and force it because of XYZ reason and no me. We see ONS then pull the hyper miss maybe in 1-2 days no more. I go boom, I explode like one kind of bomb waiting or somewhere. That's more or less what I'm talking about.
You see, my sisters, I'm taking the deportees they find themselves in a very delicate situation. And me personally, I can always see with them because some people that they deport, who they don't deport over time, they don't spend almost all of the adult life abroad. Some people will tell you, say, I go to the US when I was 10 years. Then it came go there. But through other period, they not still regularize and get in with say, well, something in the, go blame the person maybe in the systems where they go through. Some people that don't spend 20 years, 30 years. Now Europe or America or the country report them. And so for some people in there, situations don't they. Where they deport people and where they don't, their relationship back home, it cut off. It cut off completely. Nobody, even though I had them born them, I go school, they begin go school now and that kind of thing. Somebody migrate them, he go, get anything again for those Sierra Leone. But it been go on a Sierra Leonean document. And when it fall foul of the law and the law for would say, they go say back, go home. That's on the reason so they can give. Waiting at the reason for deportation, going back home. Just that. He or she is going back home. So for the category of people in there, it's really challenging than at the reality. Because it will mean that they get for begin from scratch. In fact, some thinking from nowhere. Sunday from friends. Because some thinking day where some people in they go overseas and forget for family, they not get no business with family, then things will happen wrong to them. When they come there on their own, some families say this person will be there and I know I know but person. When you come there a day on your own. So we know all they do with remote monitoring, not to what they stop too quick.
Okay.
We do it for the longest.
So then assurance not the giving out.
Yeah, so they do it for the longest period just for ensure say, even for the person in your safety. We monitor what they happen. We monitor how they fare on, and some tend and don't they. Whether people in there, whether in the port, don't come back fully reintegrated society and become more productive than other people and say, if we not be ever make them kind of say because like somebody rightly mentioned, some then people in there come with very formidable skills, and then skills and they put them into use, into good use. They go for better themselves and better society.
All right. So in that, like, we're at the crossroad now. The authorities are saying by December we expect about 2,000 Sierra Leoneans who will come back in the country, and they can add to the 8 million plus people already where they claim say that they're unemployed. So from the security angle, how prepared are we?
Yeah. So fortunately and unfortunately, because unfortunate because we know how to let them deport with brothers and sisters when they are abroad. We don't want them to be deported. Fortunately, again, they're not going to deport them en masse. They count them in piecemeal.
In pieces, yeah.
And say, they'll count 5, they'll count 2, they'll count this. And then they do them without notifying the authorities. Say, for example, now the US, the embassy here, will always liaise with the authorities through the ministries, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. They will give you notifications. Some thinking they safe. I don't they in processes to say will they conduct interviews, Skype interviews, video interviews for determining the nationality. The one follow will also participate in the process because there have been situations where say we very much been skeptical about whether the people out there they claim say na Sierra Leoneans so now actually na Sierra Leoneans. So they get to involve in the process. Then and done they way through the interviews and they will actually prove say Then among the 10 people here, we don't say as Sierra Leoneans, 5 in fact not to say.
Yeah, I think it happened with the recent one again. It was about 67,
yes.
Approved saying about 56.
Yes. I know they so then care and go back, either that the country then come out or they can go back again. Then at the case back when it happened with the US or in fact sometime in days, some 2-3 years ago, we've been getting a situation with Germany where they say they get about over 1,000 people who then designate saying as Sierra Leoneans where they want for the port canals alone. We've been very much concerned how all of a sudden we get this kind of figure of Sierra Leoneans. We don't show.
Well, you wouldn't surprise. More reason why they bring the security body on board, and thankfully they call the other ministries on the work, because some people then they are not Sierra Leoneans, but they are using a Sierra Leonean passport.
So then go. You know what happened with we as alone? The war period, they do a lot of damage to Sierra Leone.
You think so?
Yes. We'll be there into the war. A lot of people use the war situation for travel, go abroad. Okay. They just present themselves in embassies. I'm a refugee, I'm a Sierra Leonean, in neighboring countries, I want to go this and that kind of thing. They repatriate, so they go to America, so they go to Germany, and that kind of thing. On the registration of Sierra Leone, then they even pinpoint on documentation. Because the person will tell you, they run after we. So we just come, we left everything, we don't get IDs. Most of the people, they try, they find out, say not to Sierra Leoneans. Now people already get ETC, emergency travel certificates. Or they even get forged, I call them birth certificates. Some people talk to them, they say, who say you come out na salon? They say I come on na Magorka. Magorka usai, he say Magorka na kono.
All of them.
Yes, you go show you something.
Mismatch information.
Yeah, now people then they feed them with that kind of information, and so we find out say not to true, even the tongue, the names and everything. We will find out say not to non-Sierra Leoneans, and so in that kind of situation, then respectfully we can get in conversation with the authorities. We are for the port for saying no, them people are not to say, and they can agree with we. They can really agree with we. The German situation, we get calls for fly people and go to Germany. From Salon, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Immigration, NCRA, they all go to Germany. They did it for over 2 weeks. They do their verifications, and out of very close to 2,000 people, let me say, the Sierra Leoneans they have for the port. They find out say not even 50 were actually Sierra Leoneans, and so that one they kill that process and that kind of thing. But whatever the case may be, the appeal what we make to Sierra Leoneans where they are. That indeed, if fine for travel, go overseas. Nobody knows the dispute that fact there. But what is even important is that they travel using the correct channel.
All right.
Not travel using backdoor. And not be enticed by somebody who they can promise you heaven. Well, you know very well saying, hell you want for carry go. Because we call them people in there, now Ponzi schemers. Ponzi scheme in the sense that then you use rogue means for hoodwink you, for trick you, take money in your hand and actually plunge you into trouble. We get one day when human traffickers, we get the distinction for being made between human trafficking and human smuggling. Human trafficking, you actually move with the person from point A to B, then you now go put them in a situation where now you they benefit from economically. You either use her as sex slave or use her as domestic servant. The quitting they happen in Middle Eastern countries. Most of the money where they work, now they do all of the work, yes. Now they do all of the work, but there are people that will sit back here or where they somewhere within West Africa, and then they pay the money too. And you then carry go for become a domestic servant or domestic slave as the case where they call them kadama. So do you allow we ask questions? If somebody say he get job overseas or provide for you, go to the Ministry of Social Welfare, where they always say, if you get difficulty for accessing the one in there, we get toll-free lines. For example, at the ONS, we get the 119 toll-free line. Where that one day, the National Security Coordinator, now the Office of National Security, Mr. Abdullahi Kolka, they should say it is up 24/7, so that the public will seek information and seek clarification. Because, like I say, then Johnny, then the way you undertake them, you not only risk the chances of losing property, you even risk the chances of losing your own life. Not be a victim of that day.
Thank you very much. He's Abdul Karim Will, Director, Strategic Communications and Spokesman, Office of National Security. His Excellency President Biogo addressed United General Assembly at 4:45 today. Stick with to Slick TV for more. Now I welcome you to the second segment and start with Aminata Kamara with the ENT update. There with us.
What's up, my people? This is not the ENT corner on Slick TV channel 37 with me, Aminata Kamara. as you know, this na the corner where always they give una waiting they happen at the entertainment industry, be it fashion, music, movies. We get the juice, we get the gist, we get everything. And as things in the drop, now so we they make clear una get them. So let me start with this first story where Sierra Leonean musician, songwriter and singer Mishad don't drop a new song where it titled Jojo. Jojo they out now, go out there and stream Jojo by Mishad. So they call me Samza upload this morning na in Facebook page. Usai he put a post where then song Tell Am don't reach 100,000 plays. You know, Samza just they get congratulations these days. So congratulations again to you, Samza, and the team for pulling out such a milestone. It's such a big one. So I know say beaucoup of una don't they see waiting the go around social media. Usai you see people in the tattoo, different people in face them at them body. So each the point, Asma James we also post and say, this really shocked me, oh, you know, but he say he glad because he not sabi the person not sabi then the person can't take him face and tattoo am. Una left me on face so because myself get all I want tattoo, but I not go tell una. So Sierra Leone born designer by the name Fode Dumbuya, you know, don't they showcase in talent where he get in fashion designing, and I get the brand we name Labrom London. Yes, so this now somebody will always they make fashion statements from how it cut, how it is stitched. They see say indeed this is fashionable. So congratulations to you. You've been doing well for Sierra Leone, and I pray say you continue for make a lot of fashion statements. So now let me go international. The queen of Afrobeat, Tiwa Savage, don't say he glad way Apple Music don't put them on the cover for the Apple playlist when at the place for Africa a top woman artist. We know say Tiwa Savage has always given us the banger. She's fire, she's mad. So congratulations, Tiwa. Now let's move on to the queen of pop, the queen of rap, Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj don't pull word now, say a new album go drop on the 27th of the 3rd month 2026. So we still the wait for that album day, and I know say she will give us fire. Let's move on to Cardi B. Yes, this week now Cardi B na in get we. So Cardi B also don't drop a short music video, a bonus track where he add pa Am I the Drama, and he titled the song Don't Do Too Much, Do Not Do Too Much, and it is out now. Let's get the snippet of that particular video day.
I could show him how to be sexy, oh, he wanna sex me. God's favorite, he just blessed me. Is it how to hear, is it just me? Don't do too much, 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 please don't do too much. I'm giving face, I'm giving body, I'm the life of the party. It's just stealing my style, hoes really trying to rob me. When it's beat this waggle, hoes came, they don't like you, then pop out looking just like you. Baby girl, I styled you. Like what? You can front if you want. All my exes in the blunt, all my exes in the blunt. All of my hoes is classy, all of my bitches cunt. Hoes gonna fuck me never, not even once.
Don't do too much. Yes, not do too much. So House of Stars audition form still they out for sale, and the price now $65, where now 1,500 leones per Salomoni. And you can check now King's Empire 81 Levuma Beach Road, Godrich. The winner for this year House of Star go come take home 3-bedroom duplex house, 1 motor car, and a cash prize of $10,000. That's a lot. That's huge. Go now and get your form for House of Stars. So I also bring Kanto now the good news of the Epic Oldies Corner. And I from make una know say Epic Oldies Corner tickets them already day out for just 100 leons. Yes, 100 new leons, and not all leons, 100,000 leons. So go get your tickets now. Go to Epic Radio, forget your ticket, meet any staff of Epic Radio, then go sell you the ticket. And me self radio also, I get tickets for sale. So if you want buy, contact me, I get tickets. Go listen to all these October 11 na FSSG Hall, just for 100 leons in Oboku, na small money. And finally, the Epic Fiesta Volume 2 will take place November 8th this year na Paradise City na Aberdeen Beach Road. Anytime na 12 o'clock till dawn. 12 o'clock for Peking then, and the later parts, we the big one then go enjoy. Not make this one miss you. Last year you miss you. If last year you miss you, you sit on back, say this year you'll miss you, where you don't miss everything about enjoyment, because the Epic Fiesta always can be fire. So now all this I get for una inside we entertainment. I know say you don't enjoy, you don't laugh, you don't learn. Yes, so stay glued to Slick TV on channel 37. Me your name na Aminata Kamara. Bye bye.
Every second that the society they make headlines.
You can also reach out to me for your Epic Oldies Corner tickets for just 100K. See you there. From entertainment now, let's join Masa Nyanga for the business update. Inside to tell us about timber business. How will it go like for people who are into it?
Hello and welcome to today's edition of We Business News. Inside We Business News today, we look at timber business with plenty people can call board. We all know what people can use board for. Some man they use them for make furniture, some they use them for build house, some they use them for make shelf, now they host them and safe then shop them. But how this business stand like? Waiting at some of the challenges them with people on the face for do this business, how this business don't they go. This now one reason we make today I can work at the Sir Samuel Lewis Road Market for talk to people where they do this particular business and make themselves able to tell with the challenges them where then they face for do this particular business here. So join me as we take this tour inside the Sir Samuel Lewis Road Market.
I mean, our business that they do and our board that they sell. Well, right now business you know okay. The way business they go to right now you know okay. Now business not they go so no more fast. Sunday we buy business, you they go buy a deer na bush. That we get for pay transport for car, you can't pay other juice in a road. When you come back home for that business go fast, you know they go fast because building know they go no more so now. Well the price for now the price it is up because how they get them and so step they sell them. If we get our 2 loans, we know you can't sell our 2 loans, so we must get for pay transport, can't pay other juice in a road. So now so presently the challenges they all they get. We can carry so we they are only most of where they are so educate. But people are there where they educate. But for now, we business not they go through. Some man don't turn up out. We just do no more now. Some they go come on our house to cow sit down. We people now house back and they can't eat. Business never go so no more. So right now they face too much challenges. I mean what are they expect from government? Now for the government put on, but we are the petty trader. Because me I go say this na petty trader. We get people where they do timber with them big pass we not help want like some of who go want money like them microcredit business them on a true government phone who go want because we self na big businessman then so we go want the government help we we able to add power market. They na the South Samuel Louis Road new market. And they will do business. They sell board and with the reef board. They make any type of furniture. Business sometimes it's normal. It go fine. Sometimes it can be harsh. But presently, what they make, we go into losses. More on the light. When we get lights, we see small benefits. But when lights not the one day they work now, most of the time when the month end, we stream for pay them. Because the side when they plane boat, normally lights not today. We have to talk about the past 5 years. Before this time here, we get sell. Normal, maybe now maybe a young man will get job, but now we job not sufficient for the youth them. We see business they go fast. The business slow right now. Normally they see if people possibly can decide say for buy board or do they make furniture where you not get chop now house. So most of the time people they focus on the food side. The business now without them don't plan and then they buy board. And now they go fast, it's slow. Now the number one thing what the government do for we with the big government, now the lifestyle they make for we stable. When the life stable, we not say business they go. What the life not the business what they do is slow. So the big papa government let them focus to the energy side, let them make we get lights. Forget consistent lights, the business what they do will be beneficial to we. And that's what the papa government do for we.
In the one them where they sell board don't tell you about some business. Even in challenges themselves where they face, then same way so don't tell you. But one big concern where they raise now that lights now one big problem where they don't they face inside this particular business. As they say, if they know they get lights, then they spend beaucoup money for buy fuel, even for maintenance them, machine them, for reap the boat them where then they make. So they don't end up for call on papa government for make it go come to the aid, for make it go able for help them by this particular business here. So then same way so cry that business not unlike how it be day today and how them been done they make big profit and save done they get plenty people them where they can buy to them. Plenty thank you for joining me through this tour. Today I will come with another edition of Business News. Continue for watch Slick Television, channel 37. My name Namasa Nyanga.
Much, Massa, we take it in for tell us how business are like for those where they into the board business. Now from Business News, there I'll join Mohammed Kolea for the sport updates. What's inside the basket? Slip we offload.
Our lives begins to end the day we become silent about things that matters. Now, so I will welcome you inside the Today Show Sport Update on Slick TV channel 37. Inside with Sport Updates today, the Sierra Leone Football Association President Babadi Kamara gets an official invitation within ESCOSEM for attend the Saudi Arabia 95th National Celebration at Radisson Blue. He attend this particular ceremony with the ESCO members with the first Vice President one and other members of the Sierra Leone Football Association will grant this particular ceremony from the Saudi Arabia ambassador. And also the Sierra Leone under-17 team, they crowned the champion of the under-17 Wafu tournament will happen inside Liberia. As yesterday they get a 1-1 draw with the Senegalese team that officially they crowned the champion of the Wafu tournament inside Liberia. It seems as if the woman they really make Salone they proud when it comes to football. So we congratulate them for this good job where they don't go do inside Liberia. And also a team way based on the eastern part of Sierra Leone, when at the Papa FC they make waves when it comes to football, and they don't start them training as they go for a short break because they get one or two technical things the way they want to fix up. As you see them, the players that are determined for come back and try for give them best when it comes to football competitions around the country. And also, Banta Football Club don't left the shores of Sierra Leone for go Ivory Coast for honor the second leg fixtures of the CAF Confederation Cup as they be lost 3-0 in the hands of Haifa na the South Arena inside Bo Town. These are the fixtures of the matches them where they play inside the Europa League. Inside the Europa League today, Midtjylland they play against Sturm Graz. Poke they play against Maccabi Tel Aviv. That game they play at 4:45. Betis they play against Nottingham Forest at 7 o'clock. Braga they play against Feyenoord at 7 o'clock. Dynamo Zagreb Fenerbahce, Freiburg Basel, Malmo FF they play Ludogorets, Nice they play Roma, and then fixtures they are so now today the matches they play inside the international scene na the Europa League. And also, we get AFL Cup as Huddersfield they host Manchester City, Newcastle they host Bradford, Tottenham they host Nottingham Forest, Port Vale they host Arsenal. The Premier League giant Arsenal will begin the Carabao campaign on Wednesday than at today with a third round trip for face League One side Port Vale. England don't name Ben Stokes as the team captain after when they announced the squad to the country. Canada don't end the double defending champions New Zealand again as the holders of the Women's Rugby World Cup with one brilliant 34-19 semi-final win inside Bristol. Number one Novak Djokovic go play inside the Shanghai Masters event next month after the tournament organizers they announced them yesterday. Christian Horner officially left Red Bulls after he reportedly agreed one huge payoff with the Formula One team. Top rank Scotty Scheffler don't play any idea of great expectation inside the Ryder Cup, even after he don't win 6 seasons, we don't include 2 major trophies them. Well, all this we get for you today inside the Today Show Sport Update on Slick TV channel 37 with me, Mohamed Collier.
One thing I love about the sport update there that the fact that we start with the motivational quote. Now, we'll join Paulina Bendu Samba for the health tip. We'll try to talk about urinary tract infection, how to prevent them.
And welcome to today's health tips. You sabi say almost half of the women then they get urinary tract infection at least one time in their life. This now one common sick, but the good news now that we dey able for prevent and take care of them easy. But first, wetin a urinary tract infection wey commonly for short some man can call UTI. Urinary tract infection dey happen when bacteria most of the time dey enter the waterway system. It go affect now your bladder, the small pipe where you dey pee through wey we can call urethra, or even your kidney. The sign them na that you go feel burning sensation whenever you dey pee. You go also notice for say you dey use the restroom fast. Your pee self go cloudy and you go get that strong smell. And when you dey pee, you go notice say you dey feel pain down your bottom belly. So now, who that them go be affected and wetin are the risk? Now woman they easy forget UTI because then you feel you're short past man than you, but that's not mean say man no go get so. The risk now go be high if you not keep yourself clean, not they drink water enough, they get sex without what's fine, they all peace for long, or if your body not strong. But how we go prevent them now? You go able for reduce the chances if 1, you dey drink water plenty. For once the bacteria come out inside your body. 2, keep yourself clean. When you dey go use the restroom, wipe from front to back. 3, pee after sex for clear the bacteria wey enter your body. 4, avoid irritants. Things like coffee, alcohol, or then strong smell feminine soap them. 5, no old pee. If you notice for say you don't feel for pee, rush go na the restroom fast, not to think for let you all am. If you feel for say urinary tract infection don't catch you, go see doctor quick. If you not treat am, it can reach to your kidney and that go cause big problem for you. Doctor go give you antibiotic and You go need for drink plenty water and rest. Take care of your urinary health. Small care go save you from big wahala. Drink water, keep clean, and listen to your body.
A lot to take home from that. Thank you, Paulina Bendo Samba. And now James Cameraman is here to take us through the headline review. Welcome, James.
Yes, thank you very much, Rabi. And so straight we they go to the Minister of Basic Education. Also, they make a very clear say they don't expect anybody for request for payment from any student we get for take the WAEC examination, the November WAEC examination. Then say the principal we don't collect money already for returning money with immediate effect. And they won't say, if anybody complain, any school say they don't take money from them, they will report the matter to anti-corruption. According to Augustine Bami Anthony, who is the communication specialist for the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education, he say over 3,750 candidates that they expect for taking the November examination. Make a listen for them.
The ministry take in subvention, the 2005 subvention, we for count to the ministry for run the ministry in offices. Now we use for pay for the picking they have for right to ask. That for sure you see we committed to one ensuring that every picking right they ask and good transition to university. But this is not the last time we do this because we know we'll continue for use with subvention for run the offices for supply. For pay for picking them for the private works. But fast forward, we don't decide for pay and we don't look at the 8,000 picking them where we really want for pay for. We don't realize the duplications there among the 8,000. Some picking they like Bami Anthony they in Albert Academy, and then they appear in Moyamba Boys Secondary School, and then they appear in Maboroka Boys Secondary School. So, but at the end of the day, one day Bami Anthony get for write the exam. So if we not pull out duplication, we will end up for pay for 2 or 3 Bami Anthony when one person get for write the exams. So then they reduce the number down to about 4,000. But another 4,000 again, we get some picking that we don't decide say now next year that they write the exams now May June that they wait 110. So the number don't left now 3,750 candidates. We don't verify, we don't get their PIN numbers, so we don't get all the candidates and their PIN numbers. Now the registration starts yesterday, 22nd September 2023. Now it starts. The online registration they continue till on Saturday, the 27th, because we forget time for verifying the names. But in the process, we don't make it clear to all candidates, parents, and school authorities and say, government take a full cover of the expenses we involve in the writing of the exams, from the payment of school, examination fees, to the snapshots whether they take, to the registration when they do at the cafe. Everything in our government they pay. The candidates they not get no rights for pay for anything. No principal, no school authority, no gets no rights for ask for candidates for pay for snapshots, for cafe fee, because even the cafes where they use now, Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education hire them and pay them. We get cluster centers. We get some school them where they, for example, the one where they Wellington, where they Calbaton, they get a common center where they don't establish. We agree together as principals and MBSSC members. We agree we set the center the day. We don't ensure say we don't get a cafe day where they own, and somebody there from Ministry of Education will supervise and monitor the process. The one that will come by Ferry Junction, they come around the Upgun, they get a youth center where we don't agree. Okay, the one that will be around there central, where they fall from Albert Academy, RCs, where from Gas School, or they get the Ministry of Education, yeah, now they will get them. You see the crowd down there. Then the one that with the services, they maintain the school and services. So we get monitoring where they go on and the registration they go on. Nobody not to pay for anything. All we want is the availability of the candidates at the center for registration. But also the most interesting thing we happen, we get considerations for people who know the live free town. A possible say somebody know the live free town, but if they attend school and free town, you don't go back somewhere Kailan. So we make sure say that you address you dey give way, your home address. So you think you can really dey Kailan, but if they attend services, for example, you still write the exams na Kailan. What center they do for private hours? Because now based on your home address, we do generate your center, and the center they fall at your home address area. So that's what we do and for just for reduce any further expenditure for many candidates. So at the moment, that is what we are doing. We get schools, and about 52 schools were affected, and across 12 districts in Sierra Leone. And we don't make sure so we don't station everybody from the ministry among them districts that we don't call for really facilitate the 3,750 candidates for register.
So still with education, we go now to the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, who say then pull a press release today, say all principal and head teachers, say seminars on digital education, platform development and management from the 15th October to 4th November 2025 in China. Say National Secretariat invites applications from qualified principal and head teachers interested in attending the above seminar in China for 4 participants based on the following criteria. 1, head of school, that if you be principal or a teacher, age 45 years and below, photocopy of NACIT ID card, in good health and ready for medical examination, computer literate, Sierra Leonean passport, not expiring in the next 6 months, English language competence, gender and regional consideration apply. Deadline for receipt of applications, Tuesday, 30th September 2025. So now the word that. So we may see the Vice President will launch yesterday, say, he may reveal yesterday, say, government not decide to give 4 scholarship to teachers them for go empower themselves in leadership. And so these are the 4 teachers them. Well, the names are not come out now. SLT don't say, they don't open them to all schools. So you can apply. If you serve a teacher Arabic, you can apply. Perhaps you will get a chance for go to China for go empower yourself. You know, this is an opportunity. But mind you, I don't know whether the teacher then say we have over 1,000 teachers them. We only have only 4 go for benefits. We don't know whether that's sufficient or that's more. We don't know.
In as much as
yes, because President Bill, when he comes, he say go empower the teachers them. Now he has taken 4 years. 6 years in power and more. And he's going with 4 teachers. However, President Bill they don't bestow the program a prestigious award as a prestigious eminent personality in the G7 plus the General Assembly. Usai they tell and say, now it gets power now for SIDOM. Usai the G7 plus countries and the SIDOM, these are countries that we call a coalition of fragile and conflict affected states. That's it. Then outside now, so they put President Biona. He has been the first African president for SIDOM, and so it means say President Biona for to take decision on behalf of Africa and not only for Sierra Leone. So when he making speech, these are excerpts of his speech where he make. He say according to it, say no country should ever be left behind simply because its journey began from a place of fragility. The G7 plot stand as a reminder that resilient solidarity and sovereign development can transform nations once thought of only as a fragile into nations of leadership and strength. So not because a country not get much, it's developing, they don't face war. It feels enough for SIDOM. So President Bay is saying there has to be somebody dead for SIDOM at the G7, and now he has been given that opportunity for Dede now to represent Africa. We go to the next excerpt, the next statement we make, and see, you see, we have proven through our own national journey that fragility is not a permanent destiny. It is a condition that can be overcome when nations are given the right tools, when trust is built, and when time is allowed for institutions and people to recover. Sierra Leone stands as a living proof of that transformation. This is a big one because President Bill see that it's a journey. So a journey to development, a journey from a fragile state, because it's not a permanent destiny. Not basically because you are not developed, for SIDOM side developed country people then they say it's not a destiny, say and they can overcome them as a nation And as a country, so long as they get the right tools is a trust. You got to build trust. You got to get the tools them. With the tools and President Baby mentioned, we think about, we'll get for iron out in the next few. So we'll get another one is say, those who have lived through fragility, who have known conflict, instability, and uncertainty, are best placed to guide others out of it. Our coalition draws its strength from shared experience, solidarity, and the belief that recovery is possible. This is what Sierra Leone has suffered. We don't suffer fragility, a fragile state, fragile peace. It says somebody who don't suffer and know how for share that experience. So he is using Sierra Leone as a case study. And so it means, you don't forget President Bay is the chairman for ECOWAS. So he's representing the ECOWAS member state. And so within the ECOWAS region, the Sahel region, we have some fragility they exist there. So he gets the onus for say how he can build peace. But again, he don't go through those hurdles for build peace as well as Sierra Leone. When he may be junta leader and now he has been democratically elected. So he knows how to go about it. So him sitting in the G7 seat as a prestigious, eminent person or personality, it means he knows much, he gets much of experience, he will share much of within himself, within the world need for know and how for build peace and how for bring peace to a nation. Don't forget to say we will go for bring you the speech of the president as is scheduled for address to the 80th United Nations Assembly today in the United States, in New York. So as we analyze this one, we will switch at any time from now and go to America and listen to waiting President Bill for tell the world. However, we will still go to them and listen to waiting some of the things that he said yesterday. This is another one from the excerpt to say, our scars have become strategies. What once held us back has become the wisdom that pushes us forward. Our unity has become our strongest strength, allowing us to influence the global system in ways once thought impossible. Our scars has become a strategy. Do we have scars as a nation, Rabi?
I think we have so lot of them to talk about. We'll talk about the 10 years war. Indeed. We'll talk about the Ebola. We'll talk about the Corona. We'll talk about the mudslide. We'll talk about even the latest one, the graveyards now, where authorities then they say, well, let's say the master caretaker, then they say it's like it's not sufficient again. We'll talk about the one within King Tom, which are the Ebola people, and all of these things now they're on earth. But I think the president spoke with wisdom in all what's in a pen and what you don't read earlier on. It sell we consider the sell waiting we go through. It use some idiomatic expression or use some parable for explain one or two things. And I think as a country we have so much to celebrate for lately, notwithstanding the fact that we get so many odds around us now. But of late we don't necessarily we get one or two things for talk about, and having the first gentleman to give a speech talking about the things that the hurdles, the pains we don't go through, painted in a picture where you can see the story, but you cannot see it in I want to say not a bad light, but I don't want to use the word bad. We don't go see like that kind. Well, it make I understand what the president he says Sierra Leoneans are resilient people, resilient Sierra Leoneans. I mean, all of these things we don't go through, and the achievements, the gains, the pains, all together put forward, and so many things they unearth, and we get to understand some of these things as things they unfold. And I think I must bow that word that we're actually resilient people as a country, and notwithstanding that, we still enjoy and manage peace in the best way possible that we can. Indeed, and these scars, as you say, now they strengthen we. Say our unity has become our strongest, our greatest strength, allowing us to influence the global system in a way once thought impossible. Who that many things say Sierra Leone will ever sit in the G7 group? Who that ever think say Sierra Leone will ever lead the ECOWAS? More easy, it has been once, but now in this generation, we are saying it's not so. So those scars we get don't make us more ever stronger
as a nation.
But I think how we handle the scars more is the picture. Because sometimes these are things, not just take some practical example. Some people will get, let me say, accidents today, but say they will make them. Whereas some people don't get them, they live years on, they all take stress again, the normal thing, the normal norm now. For other people, like someone they pass right now, I get what see the morning. And for some people, then they carry on with their life like nothing is eating them inside. Whereas some people, any afternoon, they go kind of all grumpy, and when you ask them, they are like, because I go see them on me. So he's more or less, he's painting the picture of Sierra Leoneans that, notwithstanding the entire world on face as a country, we're still going on with things as if nothing is even happening around us.
Indeed. So President Bill says that a lot. You know, we look at another one we say, they said the founding principle of the G7 Plus remains central to our vision. No decisions about us without us. Our countries must always be in the driver's seat of their development, and our people must chart their own pathway to peace and prosperity. You agree?
Boza for Prezo.
Sure. You cannot decide for us when we are not there. So we should be there.
You want to put bread in my mouth.
Yeah. There are the mouth not there for make you put on. So you cannot decide for us. Us, in a sense, is saying is not referring to Sierra Leone as a whole,
yes,
but Africa. So he say no decision about us without us, and so he say our country should sit in the driver's seat of development, and our people must chart their own pathway to peace and prosperity. That is true. So if I not sit on there, we don't go sit on there for we. We need for sit on there. So this is what President Bill. This is the privilege he has now, to sit in that driver's seat and talk or chart the pathway to development and peace. Peace, not just in Sierra Leone, even though we are enjoying a relative peace, but peace for the sub-region, the Sahel region. Peace for the world, because Gaza, Israel,
Palestine.
it's too much. Palestine is
Let's
too
name
much.
them inside the east.
And Ukraine,
yes,
the east, you know. So it's serious, and President Bill say we foresee Sidondi, and he is representing Africa. So Africa self need peace. We have all our regions the way they get their governance, it's undemocratic, na junta. So President Bill has the duty, you know, and for be very peaceable for CIK, solicit peace within these leaders for return back to the democratic rule. That are one of the four cardinal and points of responsibility we get when you take up the ECOWAS chairmanship.
Yes, more so in that light, we don't see ECOWAS don't suspend some countries we tend for go the other parts for take junta ruling. They have been suspended in likes of Guinea and Mali there. ECOWAS is innovating. It's like no we take charge again. So we go sit down first now us not pull later. So people are more or less saying, well, we want peace for the reign. However, these people will come, we'll see meet with Ibrahim Traore not too long ago. We're not waiting and go talk about all of these things, but it's in a productive meeting. Then go get most people anticipate it's best way they can collaborate and work together for ensure so we get unity as a continent, you know, the entire world. And this is another thing. I watched a documentary not too long ago about the richest man in the world, and people were calling the other names, and someone was like, no, you forget to say the richest man in the world all the way from Mali come out, inside Africa, all of these things. So it's time for us to take the driver's seat. You know where they drive, they control how things they go. So give Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Indeed. So don't forget, these are some of the examples of the statement we President Bill make yesterday as they conferred upon the prestigious members' seat for Sidom Nada place there.
G7 Plus.
So we'll take the last example with President Bill we get for now. It's a Sierra Leone's decades of service within the G7 Plus has shown the world that fragile countries can lead, not follow. The lived experience of our people are not liabilities to be hidden away. They are powerful assets that shape solutions and inspires hope. I never know the President Bill a poet, you know. Some of these statements are very poetic, you know. So it's good. He says Sierra Leone for decades of years, they don't show the world say that a fragile state can lead and not just follow. So gone are those days where we just attend UN summit, UN General Assembly, we sit on one bench, we pay for flight to come, They use resources and go. We say nothing, we hear nothing.
Go to Boku delegate.
Go to Boku delegate and come. No, gonna those days. No, gonna those days where we leaders and they go and nobody recognize them. They only know say there's a country called Sierra Leone, but nobody recognize the leaders. So President is saying that now at the time for Lord, we show we safe. We could not just lead, but we could show we safe. And so he's saying that the life experience of the people are not liability to be hidden away. They are powerful assets. We can shape the solutions and inspire hope. So he's using us again, Sierra Leone. We experience. We don't want to become a liability to the world. We want to see how we safe, capable for shape our own future. That's what he's saying. And so this is a good one for President Bio. He has been there, and now, him, as he say, with the people can say they fly too much, but at least we don't see some of practically things that we go for say yes, this is what Sierra Leone should be proud of. Now we are represented in Africa, and now we are represented in the G7+. So it means Sierra Leone is leading, and Sierra Leone is being recognized worldwide. Rabi?
I told you, I think we get so many things for celebrate already. We get so many things to count now. Now we stand in so many things. I also saw a post earlier on we talk. So we look at the life of Sierra Leone. In fact, we don't degrade now. We just the second position right now. And you get countries that even inside Africa where we say then get wars. We go feel like they're unhappy, they're not peaceful, and things they go south. Then they can down. Whereas we they take the lead for like the life of living, the quality of life of people where they live there. I see now we the second now, and all of these things unfolding, notwithstanding the fact that we're celebrating on one hand, or yes, negatively, we're peaceful. That's one thing as a country we should celebrate, and I can take it to and put it on my big forehead. Say yes, as a country, it is fine thing to do. But again, the quality of living, the standard of living, how people are moving on with their life, it's fine for them to make them out and say it's not the reality about certain things where they happen. We appreciate some of these recognitions because some people, I got a friend where they out of the country. He say where they talk say na salon income. People like, where is Sierra Leone? Please show me. But I for take them the map, show them the world map. And you see the small blue dots na corner. So I say na salon this. So all of these things you get them. But today we're having international recognition all over the world. It's worthy to be celebrated, but it also worthy for note say things are not as beautiful as sometimes as people think they are for people where they reside inside the country, like for Sierra Leoneans actually.
Sure. Gabi, I guess you get more for we, So don't forget Fambolem. We'll still link up when President Bio take the podium for I guess the General Assembly, the 80th UN General Assembly in New York today. So stay tuned to Slick for make you get the very best. However, we'll not go, but Sarabi still get for continue with we.
It's a pleasure having you on board, James Kamamane, and of course, it's very essential for get bits and details of what in His Excellency get for say there, and thus we go connect people, forget that side. But however, we get for draw the curtain down to today's edition of the Today Show here on Slick Television, channel 37. Keep in mind, say you follow us on all our social media handles, Slick TV, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, you name them, you know them already, and you can watch when the president begins speech live on our Facebook page, and also follow, like, repost, share all our content. I am Rabiatu Mansaye. Have a lovely evening.